Guys, in this video today I'm going to show you how to use and configure SSH. For those of you who doesn't know what SSH is, SSH stands for Secure Shell, and it's a cryptographic network protocol used for operating network services in a secure way in a secure network. And its notable applications can be used for remote login, remote management of servers, computers, and routers. It can also be used for command line execution. So let's get into it. So the first thing we have to do is we have to install the SSH. So run sudo apt install SSH. It's asking for my password. So as you can see, mine is already installed. So we have to check whether the SSH is running or not. So system, just type system.etl status SSH. It's not running, and to run it type system.etl start SSH. It's asking for my password and it's running. After run, we have to change in the configuration file of the SSH server. So that file is found /etc/ssh, and it's specifically found in this directory. So I'll try to open it with text editor. The text editor that I'm going to use is vim. So type sudo vim /etc/sshd_config. So this is the configuration file of the SSH server. So two things that we're gonna focus is, first, yours might be commented. Try to uncomment it and try to choose whatever port number you want, but I advise you to use port number 22 since this port number is secure. And also this permit root login, try to make it no. After the permit login, try to type no, or in my case private password. So these are the two things that we need for this part. So I will exit from this text editor. After you exit it, I'm gonna try to create a key which will help me authenticate from that client side and to my server side. By the way, this whenever try to connect between two Linux machines, there is the server side and the client side. This is my server side Linux machine, and that one is going to be my client side. So on your server side, try to create the key. So run SSH hyphen keygen -trsa -b 2048. Don't worry, I'll explain it later. -C. This is SSH key for Linux. So the -t is used denotes for type. So this is the type of algorithm encryptic algorithm used, which is it's asymmetric RSA, and -b is for bit. This is the size, and -c is for comment. So this is the command that I'm going to use for later purposes. So by default, it's always going to be the bit size is going to be 2048. I just write it for you to make you understand. So I'm going to press enter. It's telling me that it's going to save to that folder. I'm going to press enter again. So already it's telling me to overwrite because I've used another key before. So it's gonna this new key is overwrite over the previous key used. I'm gonna press Y, yes, enter passphrase. I'm gonna choose not to, but what this passphrase is used, whenever you try to use that key, it's gonna ask you for passphrase. But for this part, I'm gonna escape. Also again enter. So the key is generated, and the private key in this folder. Private keys for saved in this folder, and the public is saved in this folder, the public key. So this is my server side, so I'm gonna go to my client side Linux machine, and I'll try to connect from here to that side. So whenever you try to connect, run SSH, the username at the IP address .168.88.250. And if you don't know how to get the username in IP address, I'll show you. Just go to that server site and type OMI. This is the username, the server's IP address. Type ifconfig. So this is the IP address of the server. So let's get back to my client side. So you just run SSH, the username, and then the IP address. So but before you try to connect, always make sure that the network connectivity is there. So I would use ping 192.168.250. As you can see, it's working. I'm gonna press Ctrl C to stop it. So again, I'll type SSH under URL and the IP address. I'm gonna press enter. It's asking me for that server side's password. This password is, I'm gonna type it. Voila. So I'm logging right now. As you can see, before it was this username, but right now it is UL. So run OMI, it's UL, it's ID. Voila. So as you can see, both of them are saying UL. But previous, this was show L, and right now it is UL. So I've already connected to it. So to exit, type exit, and you will be disconnected from that server. So this was the first part. In the second part, I'm going to show you how to connect from Windows machine to another Linux machine. And to do that, you're gonna install another software which can help you connect to another Linux machine using SSH. But for this video, I will choose this software which is called Cybersecurity. I will open it and I'll try to connect from it to my Linux machine using SSH. It's gonna run. So this is the software, and click in this one. Try to choose new session. This is the protocol that I'm getting, the SSH2. Press next and try to use the configuration, the IP address. So the IP address of config. So but this is the IP address, so I'm gonna type the IP address 192.168.88.250. I'm gonna press next. Try to give it a name, whatever name you want. Windows SSH key session. Press finish. So go to that part and press properties, go to SSH2. So what you have to do is, in this key exchange part, try to check all the markers. But in my case, all of it is checked except this one. I'm checking it. I'm gonna press OK, and I'll click on it. It's asking me for my username. The username is UL. The password, I'm gonna enter the password. Voila, right now I'm logging. It's giving me a green check mark, and I'm gonna ID. This is my ID and UL, as you can see, and my UL. So this is how we try to connect to different machines using SSH. And this was my video, and thanks for watching.